The Wingman Award is named after the best stick and rudder pilot the world has ever seen and a tireless advocate for the airshow community for nearly 70 years. The Wingman Award is presented by ICAS each year to an individual or a group that has been helpful to the airshow community by demonstrating the qualities of a good wingman: unwavering loyalty, reliability, supportive, and selfless. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Bob Hoover Wingman Award, Sam Graves.
To much of the country, this is Chairman of the Transportation and Infrastructure Subcommittee of the, Committee of the United States House of Representatives, but to many hundreds of people in this room, he's Sam, the pilot. And when he came into the airshow industry as a congressman, he asked almost throughout, right from the beginning, that he be treated like anybody else. He is an event organizer and a pilot himself, an airshow pilot himself. And he has allowed our organization and everybody in this room to punch way above their weight when it comes to our interaction in Congress. We'll hear about it from Kim in just a second, but he waged a 20-year campaign to change a onerous TFR problem that we've had. He helped us most recently with the National Defense Authorization Act commitment to have money for mobile arresting gear as soon as next year. He's a great man, a good friend, and I can't think of a better wingman for the organization.
I'm Kim Dell with the Cleveland National Air Show. And a lot of you here in this room are familiar with the sports stadium TFR, which has impacted our country for more than 20 years. The law was originally designed to prohibit banner towers from flying over stadiums, but it really just was not a good law. So our show actually pursued legislative, legal, and cooperative measures, including petitioning the United States Supreme Court. But the judge basically ruled that it would take an act of Congress. So enter Sam Graves. He understood that this was impacting air shows across the country and made it his personal mission to help us. He never forgot about us through sequestration, the pandemic, etc. And this year, with just a right language and the FAA Reauthorization Act, a 20-decade or two-decade problem was solved. So Sam, he's making my life a lot better. He has been heroic and has lifted a huge weight off of our industry.
Well, my name's Doug Rosendahl, and Sam is my friend. And if Rob Ryder can say crap in hell, I can say shit. And I wish Sam was here so I could give him some shit. But since he's not here, I can say some nice things about him. You know, nowhere in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights does it say anything about allowing us to fly. Our ability to fly in this country is a privilege. And that privilege comes from the Congress. And as Sam said, in aviation, we punch way above our weight class because we're a very small percentage of the population. And those of us in general aviation are viewed by many as being elitist. And frankly, we don't get a lot of sympathy or have a lot of friends. But every other year in July, there's a little party in Tarkia where an air show breaks out. And everybody in aviation, and I mean everybody that's anybody in aviation, is there. And if you've never been there, I suggest you go to the Wingnuts Flying Circus, and you will meet all the heads of all the alphabet groups in America. And Sam forces those people to come together and spend a weekend out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, on a country airport, and hoist a few adult beverages together. And because of the cohesiveness that he has built in those alphabet organizations is the reason why we punch above our weight class. Sam passed as chairman of the Transportation Committee this year, he passed a historic reauthorization bill that includes, for the first time in history, a general aviation title. And that will continue to be, most likely, an ongoing reauthorizations bill. And in that general aviation title, there are lots of things that we're going to make our industry better. One is, I think, $4 billion, 75% of which goes to small and medium-sized airports. When Basic Med first come out, I got a call from one of Sam's staffers, and he said, "Hey, Doug," he said, "what's the gross weight of a T6?" And I said, "Why do you care?" And he said, "Because we're writing the Basic Med mill, and Sam wants to make sure a T6 is covered in Basic Med." In the 2024 FAA reauthorization, Basic Med goes to 12.5. You want to know why? Because you can fly a Mustang on Basic Med. Sam put in the reauthorization bill the living history flight experiences, and for those of us who are warbirders, that is really important to us. And no longer will it be an exemption, it will be a rule that will allow us to do that. He's not here because today he met before the Republican Steering Committee, who granted him a waiver to serve for another 2 years. There's a term limit in the Republican Party on chairmanship. Granted him a waiver to serve for another 2 years, and he had that today, and he recorded the video we're about to see right after he found out that he was appointed chairman of the Transportation Committee for another Congress unanimously. Sam is my friend. He's been my wingman for literally hundreds of hours. We've flown all across the country and down across the Caribbean once. And it is my distinct honor and pride to present the Bob Hoover Wingman Award to my friend Sam Graves. Roll the tape.
So, hey everyone. I wish I could be there with you at ICAS. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it. What I did was, or what I was doing, was presenting my case to be chairman for another 2 years on the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. And I was granted that. They voted just a little bit ago, and the vote was unanimous. So with the waiver, that allows me to continue as chairman. So very good news about that. But it did prevent me from being able to come to Las Vegas to be with you all at ICAS. This award means a great deal to me. Anything with Bob Hoover's name on it is extraordinarily special to me in particular. Bob was one of the, we all know that. He's a legend in aviation, and I got to spend a lot of time with Bob over the years. I remember one of the favorite things that happened to me. I had an event in Oshkosh, and this was towards the end of Bob's life, and he was having a hard time getting around, but he showed up for that event, and it was one of the most special things that ever happened to me in my career. And then sitting around and hearing the stories from Bob, I remember sitting in the Hilton Bar in Oshkosh, and Bob lamenting on how to row a boat with a rope. And those of you that know Bob know exactly what I am talking about when it comes to that. One of my favorite stories, I swear I almost fell out of my chair when he told it. But this Bob Hoover Wingman Award means more to me than I can ever possibly convey. And so I want to say thank you very much. I tell people that I live 3 lives. I have my Washington, D.C. life. I also have my life at home in Tarkio and on the farm. But my 3rd life is what I call my air show life, or my air show friends. And that's actually my favorite. I used to do a whole lot more of it than I do today. But one of the things that I love about my air show friends, you all, is, and particularly Warren Peach and Doug Rosendahl, is they never miss an opportunity to knock my ego down several rungs before I climb in an airplane or before I go and fly. And it keeps me grounded and it keeps me normal. And that's actually something that I appreciate in a big way. So with that, I will say again, thank you so much. I know that Wayne Boggs is there, and John Cudahy, and all of my friends. Everybody is there, and I wish I could be with you right now, but I'm having a beer, sitting here, celebrating a little bit that there will be the next chairman. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you very, very much for this.